There are cars, and then there is a Rolls-Royce. It's a simple fact of life, like gravity or the certainty that James May will get lost. When one of these magnificent beasts glides into view, everything else just stops. Traffic seems to part. Pedestrians pause their incessant texting, and even the birds in the trees probably stop their tweeting to have a proper look. It doesn't roar or shout for attention like a lurid green Lamborghini. It doesn't need to. It has something far more potent than noise. It has presence. A Rolls-Royce arrives with the quiet, unshakable confidence of a monarch entering a room, making everything else feel a bit common. You find yourself staring not just at a collection of metal, glass and leather, but at an event. The sheer scale of it is staggering, like a stately home that has somehow been fitted with wheels. Your brain struggles to compute what it's seeing. Is it a car? Or is it a rolling testament to the fact that someone, somewhere, is having a much, much better day than you are? It moves with a silent, effortless grace that defies its colossal size, a land yacht sailing on a sea of asphalt. It's not just transport, it's a statement that the owner has transcended the mundane chore of getting from A to B and has turned it into an art form. The feeling it evokes is a complicated cocktail of awe, envy, and a strange sort of respect. You don't hate the person inside, you aspire to be them. You imagine they're on their way to sign a deal that will change the world, or perhaps they're just popping out for a pint of milk, but doing so in a way that makes the journey more important than the destination. This is not a machine for the daily grind. It's a chariot for life's victors. A four-wheeled fortress of solitude and serenity that separates its occupants from the chaos of the outside world. It's a mobile piece of theatre, and for a fleeting moment we are all its audience. And that is the secret to its magic. A Ferrari makes you think of speed, a Land Rover makes you think of mud. A Rolls-Royce, however, makes you think of success. It makes you think of power, of achievement, and of a world where the word compromise has been politely but firmly removed from the dictionary. It's not just a car, it's the physical embodiment of a dream. A very large, very expensive, and utterly wonderful dream. The moment you see one, you understand that the rules of the road, and perhaps the rules of life, are slightly different for the person sitting behind that iconic spirit of ecstasy. The story of Rolls-Royce didn't begin in a furious pursuit of lap times or bellowing V12 engines. No, it began with a rather brilliant, slightly obsessive chap named Henry Royce, who had a simple, yet impossibly ambitious motto: strive for perfection in everything you do. He wasn't trying to build the fastest car in the world, he was trying to build the best car in the world. This was a man who looked at the noisy, unreliable contraptions of the early 20th century and thought, I can do better. And my word, did he ever. He was the engineering genius, the man who would stay up all night perfecting a single component until it was silent and flawless. Then along came Charles Rolls, a dashing aristocrat aviator and London's first proper car dealer. He was the showman, the salesman with the connections and the flair. When Rolls met Royce, it was the perfect partnership. Royce provided the engineering substance, and Rolls provided the style and the access to the sort of people who could actually afford these magnificent machines. Their first car, the Silver Ghost, was so astonishingly quiet and reliable that it was hailed as the best car in the world after completing a staggering 14,371-mile trial with barely a whisper of trouble. This wasn't just a car, it was a revolution in mechanical refinement. From that moment on, the brand's reputation was cemented. It wasn't about being sporty or agile, it was about being utterly, unimpeachably superior. While other car makers were chasing speed, Rolls-Royce was chasing silence. They were on a quest for sublime isolation, for a ride so smooth it felt like you were floating on a cloud. This relentless pursuit of perfection became the company's DNA. Every car that followed had to live up to the legend of the Silver Ghost, a benchmark so high that it forced the engineers at Goodwood to become wizards of wood, leather and metal. This legacy is why a Rolls-Royce feels different. It's not just built, it's engineered with a sense of history and an unwavering commitment to an ideal. The company's past is not just a collection of old photographs and dusty blueprints, it is a living, breathing part of every single car that leaves the factory today. They are still chasing Royce's ghost, still striving for that impossible perfection in every stitch, every component, and every whisper, quiet mile. It's a history of quiet confidence, not loud bragging. And that is a far more powerful statement. Forget your soulless, robotic production lines where machines spit out identical cars by the thousand. A Rolls-Royce is not assembled, it is brought into existence. The factory at Goodwood is less of a factory and more of a cathedral to craftsmanship. It's a place where artisans, not robots, are the stars of the show. It's a surprisingly quiet and calm place, filled with people in pristine white coats who perform their tasks with the focus and precision of heart surgeons. Each car is built by hand, a process that takes months, not hours. Take the coach line, for example, that perfectly straight, impossibly thin line that runs the length of the car. You'd assume it's a high-tech sticker or applied by some laser-guided machine. You would, of course, be wrong. It is hand-painted by one man and one man only. Mark Court. He uses special brushes made from ox hair. He uses special brushes made from squirrel hair. And he does it with a steadiness of hand that would make a brain surgeon jealous. This isn't just a job, it's a calling. If it can be done better by a human, it will be. The same obsessive dedication is applied to every other part of the car. The wood veneers are sourced from a single tree to ensure the grain matches perfectly across the entire cabin. The process takes weeks of pressing, lacquering and polishing. The leather for the seats comes from bulls raised at high altitudes to ensure their hides are free from blemishes. It takes more than a dozen hides to trim one interior, and each piece is selected and stitched by hand. You are sitting not just on a car seat, but on a piece of bespoke furniture. This is what you are paying for. You are paying for time. You are paying for skill. You are paying for passion. You are paying for Mark Court's steady hand, for the wood specialist's discerning eye, and for the leather worker's meticulous stitching. It's a car built by people, for people. In an age of mass production and disposable goods, a Rolls-Royce stands as a defiant monument to the enduring value of human craftsmanship. It's a reminder that some things simply cannot be rushed, and that true luxury is found in the time and talent invested in its creation. When you commission a Rolls-Royce, you're not simply choosing a color and some optional extras. Oh no, you're embarking on a journey of pure, unadulterated self-expression. The word no is not in the Goodwood vocabulary. The bespoke program is where dreams, no matter how outlandish, are made real. Want the interior leather to match the exact shade of your favorite dog? They can do that. Want the headliner to be a perfect recreation of the star constellation on the night your child was born, complete with shooting stars? Consider it done. This is not car manufacturing, it is automotive haute couture. The materials used are without exception the finest that money can buy. It's not just about acres of leather and forests of wood, it's about the very quality of those materials. The lamb's wool floor mats are so deep and soft you'll be tempted to take your shoes off just to enjoy the sensation. The metal switchgear isn't plastic coated to look like metal. It is solid, cool to the touch chrome, engineered to operate with a satisfying damped click that feels like you're closing the door on a bank vault. Every surface you touch, every switch you operate reinforces the message of absolute, uncompromising quality. And then there's the paint. Rolls-Royce offers 44,000 standard colors, but that's just a starting point. If you have a specific hue in mind, perhaps from a favorite flower or a precious gem, they will create it for you. One customer famously wanted a paint infused with the dust of actual diamonds, and so Rolls-Royce's specialists spent months developing a paint containing 1,000 crushed diamonds to create a sparkle unlike anything else on the road. This isn't just about looking good, it's about creating something that is utterly unique, a one-of-one masterpiece that reflects the owner's personality. This level of customization transforms the car from a mere product into a personal legacy. It becomes a rolling art installation, a mobile gallery of the owner's tastes and desires. This is why no two Rolls-Royces are ever truly alike. They are as individual as the fingerprints of the people who commission them. The Extravagance isn't a vulgar display of wealth. It's the entire point of the exercise. It's the freedom to have exactly what you want, how you want it, without a single compromise. It is the ultimate expression of luxury. From its earliest days, a Rolls-Royce has been the chosen transport of people who matter. We're not talking about reality television stars or fleeting internet celebrities. Royalty heads of state, captains of industry, the biggest stars the world has ever known. Kings and queens, Maharajas, sheikhs, Elvis Presley, John Lennon. For over a century, the proof wasn't just in your bank account. It was parked in your driveway, gleaming under the sun with a silver lady on the bonnet. Owning a Rolls-Royce is a non-verbal announcement to the world. It says, I have succeeded. It's a symbol that is understood in every language and every culture. It speaks of power, not the shouty, aggressive kind, but a quiet, assured power. It suggests that the owner has achieved a level of success so profound that they no longer need to worry about trivialities like the cost of petrol or the price of a car. They have transcended the ordinary. This is the car you buy when you have nothing left to prove to anyone, except perhaps to yourself, that you did it. This association with success is a powerful, self-perpetuating cycle. The more successful people who buy a Rolls-Royce, the more it reinforces the car's status as a symbol of success. It's an exclusive club, and the car is the membership card. This is why people don't just buy a Rolls-Royce, they aspire to one. It represents the destination at the end of a long road of hard work, ambition, and triumph. It's the reward. It's the trophy for winning the game of life, polished to a mirror shine and powered by a silent, magnificent V12 engine. And so, the dream endures. In a world that is becoming ever more digital and disposable, the Rolls-Royce remains a tangible, weighty symbol of permanence and achievement. It is the ultimate automotive aspiration because it represents more than just a car. It represents a life lived without compromise, a journey completed in unparalleled comfort and style. It is the definitive statement that you haven't just reached your destination, you have arrived. And that, more than the leather, the wood, or the silent engine, is the greatest luxury of all.